Mostly because of the way he led his life and how he taught without saying things. He just lived and showed everybody how to live, and going how he honored his priesthood and set an example that way. And just how he didn't care about worldly possessions, he just cared about his family and knew what was most important.
He was just a sweetheart, and always nice, and he's very patient and a kind guy.
I love him because he was a humble guy that, you know, was really a genuine article. You know, he was genuine in everything he did and said, and he was, in a lot of ways, you know, someone that I wanted to be like, and so that's why I like him.
Stood for good stuff, good example.
Because he loved me.
Very gentle person and no guile.
That's what Dad said.
He took my word.
Because he was respectable.
I love my grandpa because of his example and the way that he showed love to his grandma, to my grandma.
Great.
Because he's a great example my whole life.
Because he was hardworking, generous, sweet, and kind.
Why'd you love your grandpa?
Why did I love my grandpa? Because he was very patient and accepting. He made me feel like I was a part of the family always.
Awesome.
I knew what I could count on when I would come home from school. And all of his little routines. So I loved his routines.
He did a great job.
Because he was a great example of a father and a grandfather. He took time for his grandkids, and he was a hard-working example. Because he always shared a spiritual thought, and he always was like a spiritual giant to me. So.
Because he was a very loving man, and he always brought the family together. And he taught us a lot about the church and always kept it strong in our lives.
Because he was so respectful to especially Grandma, it was just kind of a big, like, I don't know, look up to him for that and for how he treated the rest of the family.
Because he was a great example.
Genuinely kind.
Why did you love your grandpa?
I love my grandpa because he was always calm and collected.
I loved my grandpa because of the way he treated my grandma.
I love Grandpa because of the example that he showed to the whole family. My favorite thing was family parties. At the end, he'd always gather everybody up and bear his testimony. And yeah, that was just really cool. I love that about Grandpa.
Oh boy. Because he taught me hard work.
Hard work?
Hard work. How to work hard.
Because he always set the example for everyone. He knew what he was supposed to do in life, and he just did it. And he was always just doing the right thing.
He's a good example. He taught us all how to live the gospel, and he showed it.
You guys love your grandpa, your great grandpa.
Because he's nice and he's good.
Okay, what about you? Why did you love your great grandpa?
Because he's nice and he's good and he's fun to play with.
Good. Why did you love your great-grandpa?
His candy jars.
Because his candy jars. Why did you love your great-grandpa?
Because his candy jars.
His candy jars, okay.
The reason I loved him was just
Nice little bow and arrow.
I think I look at him as probably the most consistent person that I know when it comes to gospel, when it comes to family, when it comes to work.
What's your name?
Grandpa.
I loved him because he was so kind and loving, and he loved the jazz.
Kind. I loved him so much. This is hard because it's all pretty tender right now, but we'll never get a better man than Father.
Because of his example and his kindness to Grandma, and also I remember when we were little he always had desserts for church. That was my favorite.
I loved him for his humility.
Lots of reasons. I loved his testimony and the way that he always just made us feel when we're around him. Caught me on the spot.
Yes.
Let's see. I wrote on my card, I always love that song that he sang about the guy who went to the restaurant to eat, and he filled it, before he went in, they weighed him, and he filled up his pockets, and they eat and ate and eat and ate, and then he unloaded his pockets, and they owed him money when he left. So he was always funny and joking around with us. You're gonna miss that. Love you, Grandpa.
Oh, why did I love my grandpa? Because he was amazing in everything he did, and I just think he put to practice his religion and was the best Mormon he could have been, and he was humble and nice and really patient with us kids when we were growing up, so I appreciate that.
Why did you love your grandpa?
Oh my God, stop. Let me count the ways I love my grandpa. One of the ways I love my grandpa is he showed me how to shovel, actually. I thought I was a knucklehead, jumping on the shovel like a knucklehead with both of my feet, and he showed me the right way. That's one of the reasons I love my grandpa.